Most people grow up believing one simple rule: work hard and you'll become rich. It sounds logical. Work longer hours, put in more effort, and eventually wealth will follow. But if that were true, the hardest working people in society would also be the richest. Yet that's not what we see. Construction workers, factory workers, farmers, and laborers often work incredibly hard, but many still struggle financially. Meanwhile, some people earn more money in a day than others earn in a month. So what's really going on? Is hard work a lie? Not exactly. Hard work matters. But there's one missing piece that changes everything, and most people never learn it. Think about the people who perform some of the toughest jobs in the world. Construction workers spend long days lifting heavy materials. Farmers wake up before sunrise and work until sunset. Cleaners, drivers, factory workers, and countless others keep society running through hard physical labor. Their effort is real. Their dedication is real. Yet many of them never become financially free. This creates an uncomfortable question. If effort alone creates wealth, why aren't these workers among the richest people on earth? The answer reveals one of the most important lessons in personal finance. The market doesn't simply reward effort. It rewards something much more valuable. The missing piece is value. In a market economy, people are not paid based solely on how hard they work. They're paid based on the value they create and how many people they can create that value for. Imagine two people working equally hard. One serves 10 customers a day. The other serves 10 million customers through technology, media, or business systems. Both may work hard, but their financial outcomes will be dramatically different. Wealth tends to flow toward value creation, not just effort. This is where many people get stuck. They focus entirely on working harder while ignoring the systems that multiply the value of their work. Most people think income comes directly from effort. But in reality, income comes from value delivered to the marketplace. The marketplace doesn't know how tired you are. It doesn't know how many hours you worked. It only responds to the value you provide. A person who solves a problem for millions of people can earn far more than someone solving a problem for a handful of customers. This isn't always fair, but it's how wealth is created in the modern economy. Understanding this shift changes everything. Instead of asking, "How can I work harder?" successful people ask, "How can I create more value and reach more people?" This brings us to the concept that separates most wealthy people from everyone else: leverage. Leverage allows one person's effort to reach thousands or even millions of people. Businesses use employees. Software reaches users worldwide. Content creators publish one video that can be watched forever. Investors put money into assets that grow while they sleep. Leverage multiplies results without requiring proportional effort. This is why two people can work equally hard and end up with completely different financial outcomes. One is trading time for money. The other is building systems that continue producing value long after the work is done. Most people earn money by trading time for money. They work an hour and get paid for that hour. The problem is simple. There are only 24 hours in a day. No matter how motivated or hardworking you are, your income is limited by your available time. This creates what many financial experts call the time for money trap. If you stop working, the income often stops too. That's why many hardworking people feel stuck. They're working harder every year, but their financial progress remains slow. Wealthy people understand this limitation. Instead of relying entirely on their time, they build systems, assets, and leverage that continue producing value even when they're not actively working. A job can provide stability and income, but it also has limits. Most jobs pay based on hours worked, and most people can only work so many hours each week. Even promotions and raises usually increase income gradually, not exponentially. That's why many people spend decades working hard yet never achieve true financial freedom. The issue isn't laziness. The issue is the structure. Jobs create income, but wealth is often built through ownership. Ownership of businesses. Ownership of investments. Ownership of assets. Wealth grows fastest when income is no longer tied directly to every hour you work. That's the difference between earning money and building wealth. If hard work alone isn't enough, then what actually creates wealth? The answer can be summarized with a simple formula. Skills plus leverage equals wealth. Skills allow you to create value. Leverage allows that value to reach more people. Together, they create exponential opportunities. A skilled salesperson can sell more products. A skilled investor can grow capital. A skilled content creator can reach millions of viewers. But without leverage, even great skills remain limited. Wealth is rarely the result of effort alone. It's usually the result of valuable skills multiplied by systems, technology, assets, and audiences. That's the formula many wealthy people follow, whether they realize it or not. One of the most powerful forms of leverage is business ownership. Imagine serving one customer yourself versus building a business that serves thousands. A business can hire employees, create systems, automate tasks, and scale far beyond what one individual could accomplish alone. That's why business owners often earn more than highly skilled workers. Their income is not tied directly to their personal hours. Instead, it comes from a system that creates value at scale. Building a business is not easy. It requires risk, patience, and persistence. But when successful, business leverage allows one person's effort to generate results far beyond what hard work alone could ever achieve. Another powerful form of leverage is investing. Unlike labor, money can work 24 hours a day. When you buy stocks, real estate, ETFs, or businesses, your money begins generating returns without requiring constant effort. This is why wealthy people focus so heavily on assets. Assets have the ability to grow, compound, and create additional income over time. Every dollar invested becomes a worker generating value on your behalf. The goal isn't simply to earn money. The goal is to own things that make money. Over time, compounding can turn small investments into substantial wealth. That's one of the biggest advantages assets have over hard work alone. Imagine creating something once and getting paid for it over and over again. That's the power of content leverage. A book can be read by millions. A video can be watched for years. A podcast can reach people around the world while you sleep. Unlike traditional work, content isn't limited by time or geography. 1 hour of work can continue creating value long after it's finished. This is why content creators, educators, and media businesses can scale much faster than most traditional jobs. Content allows one person's knowledge to reach an unlimited audience. When combined with valuable skills and consistency, content becomes one of the most powerful leverage tools available today. For the first time in history, individuals have access to tools that can multiply productivity at an incredible scale. Artificial intelligence can help create content, analyze information, automate repetitive tasks, and improve decision-making. AI doesn't replace hard work. It amplifies it. Someone who understands how to use AI effectively can often achieve results that once required entire teams. This creates a new form of leverage. Instead of simply trading more hours for money, people can use technology to increase output, solve bigger problems, and reach more customers. The future belongs to those who combine valuable skills with powerful tools. AI is becoming one of the biggest leverage opportunities of our generation. One of the biggest differences between wealthy people and everyone else is where they put their money. Most people buy liabilities that cost money. Wealthy people buy assets that produce money. Stocks, businesses, real estate, intellectual property, and cash flow producing investments all have one thing in common. They generate value over time. Assets continue working long after the purchase is made. Every asset becomes another worker generating income on your behalf. That's why rich people spend so much time building portfolios instead of simply collecting paychecks. They understand a powerful truth. Wealth grows fastest when money begins working harder than you do. This doesn't mean hard work is useless. In fact, hard work remains essential. But hard work alone is not enough. The most successful people combine effort with strategy. They build valuable skills. They create leverage. They invest in assets. They use technology. They focus on creating value for more people. Hard work gets the journey started. Smart decisions determine how far it goes. The goal is not to choose between working hard and working smart. The goal is to combine both. When effort and leverage work together, extraordinary results become possible. That's where real wealth creation begins. The biggest lesson from this video is simple. Working harder won't automatically make you rich. Wealth is created when valuable skills are combined with leverage, assets, ownership, and long-term thinking. The people who build wealth aren't always the ones working the hardest. They're often the ones building systems that continue creating value long after the work is finished. Start learning valuable skills. Start investing. Start building leverage. And most importantly, start thinking like an owner instead of only a worker. If you found this video valuable, subscribe to Wealth with Mark for more lessons on money, investing, financial freedom, and wealth building.